It had been exactly 7 days since our first date, and I still replayed every second of it in my head like a favorite movie on loop. I could still hear Aiden's laugh when I teased him about his coffee order, still feel the warmth of his hand near mine on that cafe table, and still remember the butterflies that came alive when our arms brushed as we walked under the city lights. So when my phone lit up on Thursday evening with his name, I almost dropped it. Aiden. Same place, different day? I didn't even wait a full minute before I replied. Me. Only if you promise not to judge my pastry choices this time. His response came seconds later. Aiden. No promises. Friday at 7? I spent an embarrassing amount of time picking my outfit for that second date. I wanted to look like I hadn't tried too hard, while trying extremely hard. I settled on a soft maroon sweater, jeans that actually fit me right, and boots I knew were too uncomfortable for long walks but too cute not to wear. When I walked into the cafe, he was already there. But something had changed. Gone was the casual hoodie from our first date. Tonight, he wore a deep navy button-up with the sleeves rolled up to his forearms, his hair slightly messier in a deliberate way. He looked up the moment the door chimed, and the way his face lit up when he saw me, I'll never forget it. Hey, he said, standing up and pulling out the chair across from him. Hey, I replied, trying not to smile too much. But I failed. We sat. The waiter came. We ordered the same drinks from our first date, an inside joke now. I even ordered that ridiculously large raspberry Danish, and he didn't say a word about it. Just gave me a look and smirked. The conversation started light, weekend plans, weird coworkers, the weather, but gradually it deepened, like a river pulling you in without you realizing how far you've gone. What did you want to be when you were a kid? I asked. He leaned back, fingers tapping his cup. A musician. Guitarist, actually. I used to sneak into my uncle's garage where he had this old Fender. Thought I was gonna be a rock star. I smiled. What happened? He paused. Looked out the window for a moment. My dad called it a waste of time. Said music couldn't feed a family. I guess I just let that sink in too deep. My heart clenched. Not because his dream died, but because I could see how much of it still lived in his eyes. Do you still play? He nodded. Sometimes. Quietly. When no one's around. I reached across the table, my fingers brushing his. You should never hide the parts of yourself that make you come alive, Aiden. He looked at me like he wasn't sure what to say. But something shifted. I could feel it. He saw me, not just as someone to talk to, but someone who might just get him. The air felt heavier after that. More electric. More real. After we finished our coffee, neither of us wanted the night to end. So we left the cafe and started walking. The city was quieter than usual. The air was crisp, the kind that makes you want to wrap yourself in someone's warmth. And for the first time, he reached for my hand. No hesitation. No accident. Just fingers finding fingers like they belonged there. We walked past the bookstore, the bakery with a window full of pies, and into the little park we had stumbled upon on our first date. It looked different this time. The streetlights cast golden halos on the path, and a couple of fireflies danced near the bushes like magic. He stopped near a bench. This is going to sound crazy, he said. Try me. I didn't believe in real connection. Not like this. Not until I met you. I felt my breath hitch. He wasn't just saying it. I could see it in his eyes. That softness. That quiet awe. Me neither, I whispered. But here we are. He stepped closer. Close enough that I could feel the warmth of him, smell the faint scent of his cologne mixed with coffee. He looked down at me, gently brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. My heart was racing so loud I was sure he could hear it. And then, finally, he kissed me. It wasn't rushed or uncertain. It was soft, slow, like a promise. Like the beginning of something that neither of us could name but both of us could feel. When we pulled apart, he rested his forehead against mine. I've been thinking about this all week, he whispered. Me too. We sat on that park bench for another hour, not even saying much. Just leaning into each other, sharing quiet thoughts, silly jokes, and the kind of comfort that felt impossibly easy. By the time he walked me to my apartment, it was past midnight. He didn't ask to come up. He didn't need to. He hugged me tight at the door, kissed my forehead, and said, "Good night, beautiful." And as I closed the door behind me, leaning against it with a smile that wouldn't leave my face, I knew something for sure. This wasn't just another date. This was the start of a story I never saw coming.